Good morning. It's Monday. How are we all doing? God, is that my steering making that noise? The astute among you will have noticed that there was no vlog on Sunday, yesterday for me, a week ago for you. You're right, there wasn't. I hit a brick wall last week, midweek. I was just exhausted and brain dead, and I just couldn't. I had no wherewithal to do anything, so I gave myself 3 days off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and most of the weekend as well. I just had time off, and I hadn't had any proper time off. I'm not good at having time off at home at all. I'm sure most of you know exactly what I mean. I like to go away because then I have to stop. Obviously that's not an option at the moment, but I hadn't had any proper time off since December when we went on the cruise. All the way through lockdown I worked and did YouTube, and I just needed a break. I just really needed a break, and I do feel very refreshed, and my batteries feel recharged a bit. I mean, you know, not quite as much as a fortnight in the sun in Greece would have done, but we've got to take what we can get, haven't we, at the moment? So yes, that's where I'm at. That's why there wasn't a vlog at the weekend, but there will be this week. Everything feels a little bit as though we are slowly getting back to normal, which is lovely, is it not? Just makes all the difference, really. Charity shops are reopening slowly, which is good for me work-wise. Friday, while I was off, I decided to go to Exeter to TK Maxx, which had reopened, and I got there and the queue was just insane and I just couldn't face it. So I turned around to come home, and I went past a charity shop, realised it was open. It's a big donation centre type charity shop. Realised it was open and went in. I got some lovely bits and pieces. I was so chuffed. I did post a picture on Instagram stories of some of the labels I got, so that was really nice. And I think we've got at least one charity shop opening in town today, so I might pop down there a bit later. But plans for the week really are lots of eBay. The windows are being done as well. Ashley and the builder are working together. The windows have been out all weekend, and it was so windy over the weekend. We've got plastic sheeting over them, but I thought it was literally going to blow away at one point. But thankfully it didn't. Ashley managed to secure it a bit better, and we all lived to tell the tale. So looking forward to the glass going back in. That should hopefully be today, so fingers crossed for that. Although obviously the work is quite disruptive. I'm just had it up to here with building work, really, as you know. Yeah, so that's going on this week. I'm also very excited. I'm going to see Carla on Wednesday. I can't wait. So excited. We were going to do a bit of charity shopping, but I don't know if there'll be any charity shops open, but it would just be lovely to catch up with her in person and have a day together. It'd be really nice, so I'm very much looking forward to that. Yes, there's that. Will's up in Bath. He's coming home tomorrow night again. He's clearing out his house for the final time because they're switching to a new house for uni next year. So he's doing that. He's home tomorrow night, I think. And yeah, no other plans for the week really. Work, seeing Carla. Saturday night we're going to friends for a barbecue, so that would be nice. I think the weather's due to be quite nice this week, so perhaps a little bit of sunbathing. My cleaner came back last week as well, which was absolutely lovely. It was so nice for the house to be clean and me not to have done it. So that was another nice little bit of normal coming back. And also we are hoping, I don't know if I told you actually, our holiday to Cyprus in July has been cancelled as we expected, which probably isn't necessarily a bad thing, you know. I'm not sure that aeroplanes are the best things to be doing at the moment, but we're hoping, Ashley and myself and possibly William, to go to Greece for a fortnight in September. That would be nice, but we'll just have to wait and see. But because our big family holiday got cancelled next month, we're going on just a 3-day sort of mini break in the UK at hopefully at the beginning of August. I'm just waiting to hear from my brother as to whether he can get the time off. So that'll be with my mum and dad and my brother and his wife and Ashley and myself. So hoping to get that booked up today. I've got some rooms on hold at a hotel. So yeah, that would be lovely if we can get that booked. That would be something to look forward to as well. So yes, all feeling very chipper. Anyway, I've talked to you for 5.5 minutes and I think I better stop at this point. Windows are out again, all the plastic's off. Oof. It's very windy today and that noise is making me really irritated. It's been like that all weekend, that horrible plasticky noise. They're just doing the sill at the moment, going at the bottom here. So hopefully that'll be in later on. It was quite a productive morning. I just wanted to show you my Freddy's flowers. This was my first delivery from Freddy's Flowers last week and I am super pleased with them. Sorry, I've got hangers under my arms and I'm trying to come around the other side so you haven't got glare from the window. Yeah, I'm really pleased with these. They feel far more like florist flowers than the Marks and Spencer ones. Peonies and little lily things and this greenery stuff and these pink things, more peonies. So yeah, I'm really pleased with them. They came on Friday. They did look a little bit like the Marks and Spencer ones, a little bit, sorry for themselves. Not as much as the M&S ones, but they did have that sort of sorry for themselves look. But they perked up really quickly. You get 2 sachets of flower stuff, food. They tell you to change it after about 3 days and change the water every 3 days as well. And but yeah, overall very pleased with them. So the only thing that does bug me about it is that it's £4 more expensive. It's £24 and it's weekly, so you have to remember to cancel or skip the ones online that you don't want. So I'm going to skip this week because I don't need more this week, and then possibly get them the following week again. But yeah, more pleased with these than the M&S ones. Definite improvement so far. Excuse my unmade bed. I won't tell you what time it is. It's 2:20 and my bed is not made yet. It is going to be in a minute though. I ordered from a site called Perfume Dreams or Parfum Dreams or something. Anyway, I wanted this, which is a Wet n Wild highlighter in Mega Glow highlighting powder, which is lovely. I've just had a little play with it. I've just cleaned all my fingers off so I won't swatch it again, but I really wanted a decent drugstore highlighter, the one that I use almost all the time. So I don't have loads of highlighters at all, but the one that I really love, I haven't got it out so I can't show you, is Laura Mercier one, and it's very expensive. I think it was a present from Ashley and like a Laura Mercier gift set, but I really like that and I haven't got a drugstore one that I love. So this one I've seen mentioned by a couple of American YouTubers, and so I've ordered that, so I'm looking forward to having a go with that. But at the same time, when I was on their site, I saw a couple of other things that I decided to treat myself to. They were very, very cheap in my defense. Can't remember exactly. I think for all 3 products it was less than 15 quid including postage. I think I'm right in saying. The other 2 are eyeshadow palettes, spoiler alert. They're both by Essence, and that is the first one. It's called the Rose Edition, and it's just some really nice mattes and satins. Very much my colours, very neutral, and I really like this sort of burgundy colour as well at the end, and this one is gorgeous. So I might do a get ready with me with that. Just been swatching those. The reason I've wanted these Essence ones is because Essence is a really good value for money brand, and I bought that a while ago when I was out with Carla, which is the, I don't think you can get this one anymore, it's Sydney eye palette, and I absolutely love this. Got this one on today actually, and I think it's so good for the money. This one was about 7 quid in Wilko's, but I don't think they've got them anymore. I can't see it on their website, so I thought I'd try some more Essence eyeshadows. I think this one was like £2 something. Anyway, I also got this called the Witch Side. Look at that, as you move it, the eyes close and open. How cool is that? And again, it's super cheap. This one looks like that. I've just had a little play with the colours. These remind me of Huda Beauty. They do those sort of chunky mixed colours, don't they? They don't come off great. They're a bit patchy, and they only seem to show the silver rather than the colour it's mixed with. However, the mattes are just beautiful, and there's a couple of satins in there as well. This is a lovely colour. Let me just swatch that for you. It's sort of a taupey, pewtery, silvery, I don't know how, almost, it's got a bit of a khaki as well. I know you can't see that brilliantly because of the light, but that's sort of the colour of it. It's really unusual, very different. And this one is also a satin, this pink down here, and then you've got this really nice row of mattes across here. That one is also a satin there, so I think I'll be able to do something with that, but yeah, the chunky ones are a little bit disappointing. I'm going to have to, I've only swatched them onto my hand so far, so I will have to see what I think of those. But I thought I might put together a video of my favourite bargain basement beauty products, makeup, skincare, and then my favourite high-end ones, something like that. Perhaps do it as a Friday 5 on Friday type of thing. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but it's just a passing thought. Anyway, right, I better go make my bed. This has just arrived from Amazon, and I'm hoping it is going to be a solution to this problem. Not a massive problem, but trailing wires. I always keep my phone charger plugged in here, and it just annoys me. It sits out, it lies on the floor and gets in the way. It's worked perfectly. Isn't that clever? Well, not that clever, I suppose. It's magnetic, so you have the little bit that you stick on there, and that magnetizes. You attach your phone wire to it. That's not focusing, is it? There we are. And that magnetizes onto there. And then when you want to charge your phone, you just pull it off, plug it into your phone. Perfect. I'm very pleased with that. I will link it in the description box below in case anybody's interested. Quite a useful little thing, that, isn't it? I'm very pleased with that. That's solved an issue that was irritating me. So that's all good. Good morning on Tuesday. It's 11:08. I have finished my eBay listings, 20 listings done. I've been getting up to work early the last couple of days because Builder comes in at 10 and Ashley comes and joins him from the office at about 10:30, 11. And I can't concentrate or work when they're going in and out of the office and doing the window, especially yesterday with the wind as it was. So I try and get all my work done first thing, or all my listings done first thing. And then I can just have a pottery day, which is my plan today. It is absolutely glorious out there. I've just put some laundry on and just made myself a nice cup of coffee. This is Little's Maple Walnut, just instant coffee. So I'm about to drink that and have a little break because I think I got into the office at about 10 to 7 this morning to start work. So yeah, this is the first break I've had. And yeah, plans for the day, the rest of the day are just getting on with a few bits. Do some laundry, I've got some tidying to do, some bits and pieces on the computer, nothing major. I've got a few bits on the bed there that need de-staining or de-bobbling. And yeah, that's today really, nothing exciting to say at all. Will's coming home today, which will be nice. And I'm going to cook a new recipe for dinner, which I've had for ages. I tore out of a magazine called Chicken Fajita Pasta. We're big fajita fans in this house, so let's hope chicken fajita pasta is just as nice as normal chicken, normal fajitas. I've just been to Tesco's, and I wish I took my camera because I went up to the, it was really, really quiet. There was no queue at all. It was like hardly anybody in there. Sorry, just emptying onion into my pan. Yeah, it's really, really quiet. And so I thought I would go upstairs to the clothing department, which I've not been to since lockdown started. And they had some lovely, lovely little summer bits and pieces. Really, really nice bits. Let me just see if I can balance you. There we are. So I bought myself a dress and a top, which I will show you in a bit. Will's just got home. Ashley the builder is here. I won't show you him, he's looking very dirty. 5 windows are in. Is that right? 5 windows are now in? 5 windows now in. Have you had an enjoyable day? It's about 6 o'clock, no, 5:30. Will's just got home. Builder's still here. I'm making chicken fajita pasta. I've got bacon and red onion in my pan cooking. Then I'm going to add some chicken, which has been chopped up, and a yellow pepper and a packet of taco seasoning. Good morning, it's Wednesday. Gosh, my glasses look big, don't they? I'm in Bristol. I've just driven here and we are going to see Carla. I'm excited to see her. That'll be Buddy and Kai and Molly.
And you
morning! Hello!
Buddy. Buddy's the one you like.
I do. Carla Jenkins, how excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Carla hasn't been in a charity shop. Let me take my sunglasses off. Carla hasn't been in a charity shop since before lockdown. We just found an open one.
We've driven past 5 closed ones.
We have, yeah. We're going to see what they've got. Let's go and see. Did pretty good inside the Break charity shop. There, Carla's still inside. I've made her buy herself a handbag, which is very nice. I got all of that bag full of stuff there. And we are in a very picturesque little high street, Chipping Sodbury. Doesn't look quite so picturesque from that side, it does this way more so. I'm not sure I've been here before, but it's very pretty. Got a teapot and a Radley handbag. Like, I've just got to show my vlog your Radley handbag. It's lovely, isn't it? What did you pay for that?
£18.
It's very nice though.
I'm supposed to be sourcing and instead I spent £18 on a handbag for myself.
I made her.
Yes.
I'm a bad influence. Guess what Carla just said to me? She did wonder
if you'd like to go to the half-price candle sale on the way home.
Does a bear shit in the woods, as they say.
Is the Pope Catholic? Is that the other one? Is the Pope Catholic?
Yeah. Very excited about the half-price candle sale. Carla was right, this is a lovely garden centre. They've got lots of loveliness in here. Managed to stop myself buying candles so far. I did want a reed diffuser. And I really like the smell of this one, Chai and Lime Blossom. But they're £15, which is quite pricey, isn't it? I feel like that's a bit expensive. But they've got lots of lovely things. I don't know why I feel like £15 is expensive for a reed diffuser. But I just do, because I spend more than that on candles. Kind of like these candles, look, caramel vanilla in a sort of interesting shaped pot. Excuse my very red face and very wet hair and no makeup. It's about 9 o'clock, I've just had a shower and I have had the nicest day today. It's been just so lovely. I really enjoyed seeing Carla. We found some charity shops that were open. We went and looked at candles in the garden centre. We had McDonald's in the car because the Wetherspoons still isn't open. And it was just lovely and the sun shone and it just felt so normal. I've craved a day that felt normal for so long and that one actually did. It just felt, it was so, oh, just so nice. Who knew that just a normal day, seeing a friend, wandering around some charity shops and eating some McDonald's takeaway would just feels so nice, and it really did. It really, really did. So that was lovely. Today was a good day, and I've just seen on Facebook that my Thursday car boot sale is reopening from the 9th of July, which is fantastic news. It's actually the car boot sale of all the ones that I go to, which is not loads, but it's the most laid back one, and it's on a Thursday morning, which I really like, and it's quiet there as well, which is nice. It's the quietest of all the ones I go to, so I think that's a good one to be restarting. So yeah, that's really nice. I don't even go to it every week, but it would just be lovely to have that option there, you know. So yeah, a day full of good news today. It's been super, super hot though. It said it was 31 degrees, I think, when I got in the car to come home, and we sat out this evening with Ashley and Will, had a barbecue, which was nice, just very low-key, just a few bits on the barbecue with some salad, which was lovely, all very nice. And now I've had a shower, washed my hair, and I'm in bed. And I'm trying to debate whether to do it's a weird old week with work anyway, because the builder's here, and they're going to be working at the end where my office is tomorrow. So I'll do my usual get up really early and crack on with some listings, I think, while it's cool. And then I don't know what to do, whether to work for the rest of the day or whether to maybe go somewhere, or I just don't know, or maybe even just sit in the garden actually, because it's going to be lovely tomorrow afternoon. And then after that the weather's going to break, and the following 3 days are due to be horrible, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I feel like I need to make the most of the weather tomorrow. So yeah, I think some sitting in the garden tomorrow afternoon is going to be in order after I've done some work. Yeah, so Wednesday was a good day. Lots of normal feels, and yeah, just really nice. Very happy with how Wednesday went. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. How are we all? It's Thursday morning. The sun is shining. I think it's the last decent day that we're getting. And I've just dropped off at the delivery office. I think the trains must be getting back to normal, because there was 3 or 4 trains just in the small amount of time that I was waiting outside the delivery office. So yeah, are trains getting back to normal? Does anybody know this? So it seems, because the station's been completely dead the whole of lockdown. I don't think I've seen a train at all on the 2 or 3 times a week that I come here. So yeah, that's a nice sign of normality, isn't it? Anyway, it's super hot here. It's meant to be the last decent day we're getting, and then we've got due to have a bit of rain, I think, over the weekend. But I don't mind. It's very nice. It says it's already 21 degrees and it's only 8:30. So I've just dropped off my parcels, and I've also this morning ordered myself a Dyson fan for the office, because it is so hot in the office in the afternoons. I used to have a ceiling fan before we did up the lounge and the office. We had a ceiling fan in each of them, and it was much needed, but they were old-fashioned looking, and we didn't like them, and they didn't go with the aesthetic that sounds so poncy, doesn't it? Didn't go with the aesthetic that we're aiming for. Oh God, dearie me. Anyway, it didn't, so we removed them. But we've also, of course, increased the amount of glass in the lounge, because we've made floor-to-ceiling windows. Previously we had it was wall up to sort of knee height, so all of that has increased the amount of heat in the lounge. So I've ordered a Dyson fan for the office, which is of course tax deductible, which makes me feel a bit less as though it's an obscene amount of money to spend on a fan. But they're meant to be very good, aren't they? I know someone who had one and it said it was very, very good. So we shall see. It's due for delivery in a week's time. So if the weather goes freezing cold and miserable for the next 2 months, it's my fault for buying a fan for the hot weather, so you cannot blame me. So yes, that's what's happened this morning so far. I'm now going home and hoping to get 10 listings done before the builder arrives at 10. The reason the builder's starting at 10, I actually quite like the builder starting at 10. I've got no problems with it at all. It's pulling good. Good morning. How are we all? It's Thursday morning. The sun is shining. I think it's the last decent day that we're getting. And I've just dropped off at the delivery office. I think the trains must be getting back to normal, because there was 3 or 4 trains just in the small amount of time that I was waiting outside the delivery office. So, yeah, a train's getting back to normal. Does anybody know this? So it seems, because the station's been completely dead the whole of lockdown. I don't think I've seen a train at all on the 2 or 3 times a week that I come here. So yeah, that's a nice sign of normality, isn't it? Anyway, it's super hot here. It's meant to be the last decent day we're getting, and then we've got due to have a bit of rain, I think, over the weekend. But I don't mind. It's very nice. It says it's already 21 degrees and it's only 8:30. So I've just dropped off my parcels, and I've also this morning ordered myself a Dyson fan for the office because it is so hot in the office in the afternoons. I used to have a ceiling fan before we did up the lounge and the office. We had a ceiling fan in each of them, and it was much needed. But they were old-fashioned-y looking, and we didn't like them, and they didn't go with the aesthetic that sounds so poncy, doesn't it? Didn't go with the aesthetic that we're aiming for. Oh God, dearie me. Anyway, it didn't though, so we removed them. But we've also, of course, increased the amount of glass in the lounge because we've made floor-to-ceiling windows. Previously we had it was wall up to sort of knee height, so all of that has increased the amount of heat in the lounge. So I've ordered a Dyson fan for the office, which is of course tax deductible, which makes me feel a bit less as though it's an obscene amount of money to spend on a fan. But they're meant to be very good, aren't they? I know someone who had one and it said it was very, very good. So we shall see. It's due for delivery in a week's time. So if the weather goes freezing cold and miserable for the next 2 months, it's my fault for buying a fan for the hot weather, so you cannot blame me. So yes, that's what's happened this morning so far. I'm now going home and hoping to get 10 listings done before the builder arrives at 10. These are the builders starting at 10. I actually quite like the builder starting at 10. I've got no problems with it at all. It's pulling over for me. That's very nice. No, come on, you can come through. You're right of way. Oh, okay. Yeah, go on, come through. The reason that the builder is starting at 10 is that Ashley likes to go to his morning. Ashley's working with the builder. We've decided that's the best way forward over the course of lockdown. Decided that the builder works a lot better when he's I was going to say supervised, but let's say has someone to work with. And it gets done in the way that Ashley wants it to get done, because Ashley's a little bit, I want to say anal, but I'm going to go for perfectionist because it sounds less critical. So yeah, the builder starts at 10, so Ashley can go into the office at 8:30, do his morning meeting with all the staff at 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock, and then come home and start building. So that's why the builder starts at 10. But it actually suits me, because it means I can get a little bit of work done before the house is full of people drilling and banging and generally making loads of noise. So yeah, is a system that works for everybody quite well. Excuse the weird light, I'm in the cinema room. Our new chairs have just arrived. We ordered them way before lockdown. I'd almost forgotten about them, funnily enough. And Ashley phoned up about them last week, and they said, oh yes, they're coming next week. And they've just turned up, 2 of them, with 2 chairs and 2 footstool things, but they're for the lounge eventually when it's done. Yeah, really pleased with them actually. And it's comfortable as well. Oh, lovely. Very nice indeed. Very pleased with them. Both orange. We were going to get one orange and one blue. I wanted like a royal blue one because that's sort of my colour scheme. They smell a bit funny. They're made of cashmere. But they do smell a bit funny. Just like storagey smell funny, I think. But I guess it will wear off. Sort of that chemically storage smell, you know. God, this light does nothing for me, does it? Anyway, yes, pleased with the new chairs. Guess when the lounge is eventually done. The builder hasn't turned up today. Apparently he's got a heat stroke from working in the sun yesterday. Apparently he is only a wintertime builder. These people are so flaky. Honestly, even went home early yesterday because he had some friends coming over or something, I don't know, but oh, what is wrong with people? Why can't they put in a proper week's work? Anyway, moan, whinge, whinge. Right, it's 25 to 1. Will has gone out up to Dartmoor to meet his friend who was camping up there last night. Will is being, don't want to say too much, but it would do him good to get a job and get out of the house a bit and stop having nothing to do a lot. A little bit of structure, I think he needs. I guess all kids are like, I mean, I know he's not a kid, I know he's 20, but guessing that anyone who's got kids at home is feeling it now. I really feel so sorry for the people with kids still off school, because it's so hard to put structure into place for them, isn't it? I mean, even my 20-year-old needs structure, and so I can't imagine what it's like with little ones, but oh, it's hot. I don't mind this weather when I'm on holiday, but it's hard work when I'm not. William has gone up to Dartmoor camping. Before he left, I said, tidy your room, Will. This is what it looks like. Well, I'll just pull his window to when I'm in here. He has tidied up the couple of things that I asked him to tidy downstairs, some of the stuff he bought back from uni. So that's good, but yes, all a bit untidy. I might get in here tomorrow and tidy it a bit. Not because I want to do it for him, but because he never tidies it to my satisfaction. Also, he needs new clothes, and I said I'd take him shopping for clothes. He wouldn't buy them, so he's not bothered about clothes at all. So I said I would buy him some new clothes, but I don't actually know what he's got, because it's all just in the bottom of the wardrobe. So yeah, there's that needs doing. I didn't put on any makeup today apart from one mascara, and that's melted down my face. Yeah, so I might do a little bit of this tomorrow before he gets back from camping, assuming they don't come. They're only camping in hammocks out on Dartmoor. So, let me shut that. Yeah, I might get in there before he gets back. And then my little stockroom, this is all my unlisted stock in here. Everything in the cupboard is listed, but everything on the floor isn't, and the rail isn't. This needs a good sort out. I need to pull everything out. This is just sort of bulk stuff and charity shop stuff I've bought in the last couple of weeks. And I need to get that into some sort of order. And also clean the floor in here, so that's another job for tomorrow. So I think, again, tomorrow, I'm going to get up early and try and get a good morning's work done, and then just potter in the afternoon, because I haven't managed to get much done this afternoon, unsurprisingly. And very shortly I'm going to go and make myself a great big gin and tonic and drink it on the balcony and read my book. I have cleaned out the fridge though, so that's good. Did get that done. Good morning on Friday. I'm looking a bit shiny. I've only just put my makeup on, so I shouldn't be looking shiny. Perhaps it's setting spray that hasn't quite set yet. How are we all? God, it was hot last night. Oh my goodness. I woke up so many times. Just so hot. I had all the windows open. It's cooled down a bit today. It's quite hazy today, but it has cooled down a bit. Hope Will had a good night camping on Dartmoor. And he said he'd probably be back about lunchtime, so no doubt I shall hear all about that later. Wanted to show you quickly my Freddy's flowers. They are a week old today. I've followed all the instructions and changed the water as I should and everything. They're okay. They have been lovely. There's a couple, this one's gone and that one's gone. It has been very hot, although they haven't been in the sun, because the sun doesn't get to this bit of the room. I wouldn't say they've lasted brilliantly, but I do prefer them to the Marks and Spencer flowers, definitely. And the subscription is actually £25. I think I said it was £24 earlier in the week, but it's 25, which is, again, okay. I'll try another bunch of them. but I'm not sure it's something that I will continue. I feel like it's quite expensive. I really want my flowers to last longer than a week for £25, and I feel like in the next couple of days they're gonna all be, in fact 3 out of the 3 original peonies, the big ones, have all died looking at them. So yeah, that's a quick flower update. What else? Another charity shop is opening in town today, I think. So at 10 o'clock, so I think I'm going to pop down to town in a bit. Builder wasn't here yesterday. Builder looks like he's not turning up today, although he hasn't let us know. Ashley texted him and no response. Not being funny, but even if you're at death's door, not death's door, I exaggerate, but you know what I mean. Even if you're really not very well at all, you managed to text and say that you couldn't come to work, surely. Ashley gets cross with me because I get so wound up about it, but it really does annoy me. I think I would never just not turn up to something I was meant to be doing. I think because it's so alien to me, because I want to be reliable and I want people to be able to count on me and stuff, that I just can't get my head into the headspace of how people can just blatantly be that flaky and rubbish. Turning into a rant, isn't it? Do you like my new top? I bought this. It's I need to take you to a mirror, don't I, so we can see it. Hang on, let's go into the spare room. Bought this when I was out with Carla on Wednesday. We popped into Yours Clothing and we both got a few bits. I don't know how good the light's going to be here, but yeah, you can see it there. It's sort of just a long line t-shirt. It's a little bit big on the shoulders, actually. I feel like Yours Clothing have made their sizes bigger, because 22, 24 was always my standard size in there, and I feel like this is just a little bit on the big side. I mean, I like things loose and baggy, but I feel like I could have sized down in it. Anyway, yeah, they had this. I think Carla got the grey one. They had it in this mint green colour, pink, and a grey, sort of two-tone grey one. Carla got the grey one. I got this one. It was £12.99 or £15.99. If I can find it, I'll link it in the description box below if anybody's interested. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I like the colour. I nearly went for the pink one. That was the one I was going for. And at the last minute, I switched to the green just for a change, because I've got a lot of pink things. Anyway, I'm going to go and finish taking my photographs for my eBay listings that I've just drafted. And then it will be time to go out to the charity shop. I couldn't resist these in the Tesco shopping this week. I was actually wanting to buy Lotus Biscoff spread, because I was going to buy, I'd seen a recipe for a Lotus Biscoff cheesecake, and I thought I might make that. Not a very weight loss related thing. I'm about to eat one of these. They have been here since Monday, and I haven't eaten one Sunday actually. But it's very hot and I just fancy one, so I'm going to have one. And I should probably, after I've had that, give you a bit of a weight loss and meal delivery update, shouldn't I? So, yes, let me pop that back in the freezer. And I'm going to eat it up. I'll tell you how nice it was when I've eaten it. And come back to you and talk to you a bit about weight loss. I was going to give you a little bit of an update on my meal delivery. What was it called? Eat Clean, Live Clean, I think it's called, wasn't it? I did a total of 3 weeks on the plan, although there were some gaps midweek and weekends in between when we were doing something. We had a social thing one night, we had friends over for an evening, and I went up to Bournemouth for 2 nights as well to see my parents. So that was sort of in between. So it ended up being over a period of about 4 weeks in total, but I only got 3 weeks worth of deliveries. I didn't lose any weight the 3rd week. I stayed the same, and I haven't put any weight on since I finished it, which was about a week ago, but I haven't lost any more either. But I have just eaten a Biscoff ice cream. Now, I haven't been particularly eating brilliantly. I've certainly been drinking a lot less, and I've certainly been way more mindful about what I'm eating, which is good, but I do need to get into some sort of plan. I think this week has felt like the first week that's felt back to normal somehow. I don't know, it's just this is the first week that I've felt much more normal in terms of routine and stuff, which is a good thing, and I think that's going to become more and more so the next few weeks. But now I feel like I'm getting back into a routine and everything's not just up in the air and completely different. I think it'll be easy to, not easy, but easier to plan meals a little bit more and get a bit more organised and try and eat more healthily. So the 3 weeks of the plan, I loved the food. I was really, really impressed by the food. I loved that I could cook some of it myself. I loved that it wasn't all ready meals. The flavours were really good. Nothing was bland. It was all really tasty. So yeah, that was great. For me, as I always said, it wasn't something that I was going to do long term. It was like a sort of kickstart, reset, that just came along at the right time for me. So 3 weeks worth was perfect for me, and by the time I'd finished 3 weeks worth, I didn't really want to do any more. I fancied a change of eating. It could get repetitive, I felt, if I carried on after that. But yeah, I was really pleased with it. I was impressed with the service and the food and all of that stuff. So yeah, I do really recommend it. I'll leave the links all in the description box below in case you're interested. But yeah, overall I was impressed, so that was good. I think it's time I finished off this weekly vlog because I need to edit it. I put up the wildlife in my garden video today, which was just really something that I made for myself just to keep all the footage in one place and put it all together, and you've left so many lovely comments. You all really enjoyed it, so that was really nice to read. I've just been reading through some of the comments, so thank you for that, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was something a little bit different and I really enjoyed putting that video together. I've watched it several times myself, and Ashley's also watched it. Ashley never ever watches my videos. Why would he want to? He lives with me already. He doesn't need to hear me talking any more than that, does he? But he actually asked to watch that one, so that was quite nice. Yeah, so the end of another week. The weekend is coming. I've just managed to book myself a hair appointment for the 23rd of July. That was the earliest they could fit me in. Cut, by which time I really will be looking forward to getting it cut. I can't tell you. It's been a good week. I've enjoyed this week. I had my day out with Carla to break up the week in the middle. I've got lots of work done, which is good. eBay's been up and down, but that's the time of year, and coronavirus, I think. I fully anticipate it continuing to be up and down for the foreseeable future, but that's okay. I've tidied out my stockroom today, which was good. Found some things that were unlisted that I'd forgotten about, so got to get those listed. And tomorrow night we've got our barbecue. We've got a barbecue with friends. We're going out for the evening. The first time we've been out for the evening since mid-March. I think that's all I've got to tell you. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the week. I'll be back on... Next time you'll see me is Wednesday, and waiting for the parcel this afternoon. It's due to be delivered, but I should have a Yours Clothing haul and try on for you. Oh yeah, that book club video tomorrow as well. So much going on this week. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a good week. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend by the time you see this. And thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.